Well, I doubted you guys, but Samuel is a good cook.
See? You should trust us more on these kinds of things.
Eh, it's kind of hard to trust someone who calls the Chow Hall the Chow Town.
You got a problem with it?
No, but my curiosity has piqued. Mind filling us in?
Fine. It began on a dark and stormy night.
I'll stop you right there.
Well, that's how it begins.
Yeah, and thanks to that introduction, I have officially lost interest.
Well, you know what? Personally, I'd like to hear the story.
You know, that's interesting, but I don't remember either of us asking.
Wow, you're responsible for this asswipe? Got a mouth.
Hey, listen. Sometimes I debate with, about strangling him or maybe knocking him upside the head.
Well, I am happy to know that you think so highly of me, sir.
Attention on deck.
Well, I'm pleased as punch to have found you three so quickly. We've got a profiling inspection, and your squad bay is now in the middle of being processed.
Permission to speak freely, sir.
Granted, Corporal.
What is a profiling inspection? I don't remember those ever being part of protocol.
Good question, Corporal. This comes from the top of the food chain. We've got the head of the President's security force here personally to oversee this operation. Why? If he's here, then that just means that it has to be more than an inspection, right? I'll let the outburst slide, Corporal. I have my own theories about the situation as well. However, I'd advise you all to be compliant with them. They are more than likely here for a larger purpose. Head to the barracks with the rest of who haven't been processed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
One last thing. I received this weekly report from you, Kane. I read it over while you were all eating at the chow hall. Keep staying on task. Now dismissed.
Now you really owe me.
I know. I don't need the reminders.
Ah, here I was about to put it on your calendar, too. But if you insist, I guess I could leave you alone about it.
Alright, that's the most smart aleck. Let's get moving.
Alright.
Sir, this is the inspector for the inspection.
Dismissed, Lieutenant. Thought I was the only one the President dispatched for this operation.
He feels this matters of the utmost haste, Captain, and so need to start the process.
Do you understand the objective of this operation?
Of course, Captain. Do you understand this operation is under my objective?
I do now, sir.
I'm glad to have someone of your experience on this issue to aid me.
What progress has been made so far, sir?
It's been tedious, but we still have one last squad bay to go through. I received your analysis on the 3 suspects as well. It was well done.
Thank you, sir. Have you spoken to any of them?
All 3. But all the stories corroborate with the data and eyewitness accounts.
What do we do now?
For now, Captain, we interview the rest. For your sake, I hope we have a bit of luck.
If I was in your position, I'd watch my tone.
All too true in this current day and age.
Would you like me to bring in the next batch of people, sir?
Yes, thank you, Captain. What was your job before you were transferred here, Lance Corporal?
I used to work in the Hall of Records in the Capitol as a security guard.
What did you do today, Corporal?
I woke up, ate a cat for breakfast, worked out a bit, sir, read a book, fell asleep on my shift at the communications building, submitted my weekly report to the sergeant, and finally, at the end of the day, I crapped out a litter of kittens.
How is life on this base?
Well, I'd love to say it's great, but the other day I had to clean my barracks toilet with my roommate's toothbrush, so, well, you can imagine.
That seems very uncivilized.
Well, that's what the sergeant made me do.
Found nothing. We should move on to the next base.
Patience, Jasper. An investigation of this magnitude calls for that virtue.
Do you have some sort of plan, then?
Of course, Captain.
Do you mind filling me in?
Consider this, Captain. You've just broken into a high-security facility and now have data that could change the course of the rebellion in your possession. It is of the utmost importance you transfer that data to your superiors as soon as possible because it is only useful in the Revedon's possession. But you didn't transfer it. What do you do?
What do you say?
I'm saying that the longer the spy possesses the stolen data, the more likely they will be caught before they communicate it to the superiors. For whatever reason, this spy was unable to transfer the data back to the Revedon before the alarm was raised.
So, what does that mean for us?
It means we wait for the spy to make a mistake, Captain. He would not be able to transfer the data. Government network agents would intercept it. This spy will signal for help at the first opportunity.
Yes, sir. Understood. Sir, I think we have our lead. Acquisition signal was sent out from the network center during Corporal Cade's shift. At first it seemed innocent, until my lieutenant realized our food stocks are full, and we don't need another acquisition for 3 more months.
Bring him in for questioning, Captain. Do hurry.
Very well, sir.
Okay. Did I do something wrong, sir?
Perhaps you did, Corporal, but you might not have, if you cooperate with my questions.
I don't think I'm following, sir.
In your end-of-shift report, you noted there is nothing out of the ordinary, but silence on the comms.
Yes, sir. What about it?
Lying on an official military report is a federal offense.
I didn't write the report, sir.
Why not? Tell us the truth, Corp, and this whole incident will be forgotten. Isn't that right, Captain?
That is correct.
Fine, sir. It was Dameron. Dameron wrote my report for me because I fell asleep on my shift.
Thank you, Corporal. That is all I need. Send for Dameron when you go back to the barracks. You're dismissed.
Wow, I must have left a great impression on you guys if you got me back here 2 days in a row.
We just have a few quick follow-up questions, Lance Corporal.
Okay, but I'd like a drink bought for me out of your paycheck.
The captain can cover the expense for you.
Alrighty then, let's get this over with.
How is life here compared to the capital?
It's quiet. I personally like it out here. Haven't met a pain in my side, aside from maybe the staff sergeant.
I admire the quiet too. It provides clarity, away from the bustling noise of contemporary life.
Is this what I'm here for? heart-to-heart with a high-ranking official to discuss this fire hazard? I'm not about to kiss your boots if that's what you're thinking.
Hardly, Lance Corporal. But I would like to know you better.
Am I also allowed to accept that compliment?
You can, if that's what you want. How's Kane's job performance?
What?
Would you rate him as an extremely hardworking man?
What kind of a question is that? Yeah, he's stellar.
He's fully alert at all times?
Sometimes he's so focused I have to remind him to take a shit.
Remember, Lance Corporal, to always check whether a snake is poisonous before you step on it.
It's not like I'm cheating death or anything. Your personality's as stiff as a board.
If you're finished with the quips, there's one last question I'd like to ask you. Who has clearance to access the communications terminal in the communications building?
As far as I know, only the staff sergeant.
That's all, Lance Corporal. You can go now.
I bet I get an amazing drink.
Captain, give this man bottled water from the cooler and send him on his way.
Just water? You don't have a power drink or something? Wow, you're lame.
Hey, you alright?
Ah, that was the worst processed water I've ever tasted.
Wait, what?
Never mind, it's not important.
Alright. What did they ask you?
Just if I like it here and who has access to the terminal you're regarding. They did ask how alert you are. Why?
Nothing. I don't know, I just get the impression that this isn't an inspection.
You know what? I think I've noticed how big of a thorn I've been in your side. Tomorrow I'm gonna buy you a cold one.
Okay. And here I thought you'd use that favor I owe you to buy that drink for you.
Ah, me? I do no such thing. I've learned so much from the napping teacher.
Yeah. Alright, whatever, rookie.
Hey, Kane.
Yeah?
Thank you for everything. I mean it.
Yeah. Of course, man. Of course. Glad to have someone like you as my shadow. Come on. You wanted to see me, sir.
Yes, Staff Sergeant. You are a spy for the Revedon.
What? On what evidence?
There was a frequency set out during Corporal Kane's shift. You knew Corporal Kane had a short attention span, that it was only a matter of time before you got your opportunity. While Kane slept, you sent out a frequency to the Revedon's scatter rebellion.
I am
It's
not a
desperate
spy.
cry for help. Well then, who is? If it is not you who sent out the frequency, then who sent it? Whoever it is sent the message into the neutral zone. This is a violation of several military protocols. Furthermore, we can have Corporal Kane prosecuted to the full extent of the law for having someone else submit his report along with the shadow tampering. All of this comes back down
I am not the
on
spy,
you,
though.
Staff Sergeant. Then who is? You must know who it is because you gave them clearance.
Then all
Failure to
charges will be
comply
dropped
will...
on you and everyone on this base who isn't a spy. Things will return to normal, and all will be forgiven.
Charges? What charges? You have no evidence.
Staff Sergeant, you know as well as I do that I cannot go to the President empty-handed. We know a spy is in your division. As it stands right now, your entire IT division will be tried and then executed for treason, if that's what it takes to apprehend the spy.
I want it on record that you will prosecute the spy, and only the spy. Nobody else.
I give you my word, Staff Sergeant.
Dammert is the spy that you're looking for.
Yes, I thought as much.
What? How?
It's quite simple, really. Kane fell asleep while on shift. This is a serious offense. Anyone who aids in the cover-up of such an offense would receive a 20-year sentence minimum. Dameron lied to cover up the fact that Cain was asleep. It is unlikely that Dameron would risk his career for Cain after being friends for a mere 2 weeks. Rather, he covered for Cain because he sent the signal while Cain slept and wanted us to think it was Cain who sent the signal. Furthermore, you were the only station he requested to transfer to, and you accepted, without hesitation.
That was just a theory you drew up.
You gave him the passcode to use, and he waited for his moment and set a frequency to the remnants of the rebellion. Am I wrong?
No, you are not.
Very well, my work here is done. As of now, you're the one's getting command of this operation, Captain.
What will you do, sir?
I will personally report my findings to the President. I trust that you will do the rest and secure the traitor of Kosa. Remember, the nanobots that he consumed will only last 3 days. Once that happens, you're on your own on locating him. Thank you for your assistance, Captain.
Does anyone know that he has
No,
left?
just me. Will you let me go?
Put dispatch out on all forces from this base and head due west. We must cut him off. Furthermore, alert all cities of his presence. Set guns to stun, but terminate the target if absolutely necessary.
It is done.
Thank you for your service, Staff Sergeant.